fighting games are rumored. Oh.
They are?
Oh, did you not hear about this?
Oh no,
nonsense?
I did. I just realized what you're talking about. Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I guess to start going through stuff chronologically until we get to the rumors then. In the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, they have revealed Mythology Sub-Zero and Special Forces are in the collection.
As well as Netwave.
Yep.
Do you know the Netwave story?
Yes. It was the last revision of UMK3, it had online play, and they fixed Striker so he wasn't fucking ass. Either way.
Yes. And only, 2 people got to play it because they set up one cabinet in Chicago and one cabinet in San Diego, and that was it.
Not 2 people, mind you, 5.
There you go.
There were,
so we don't
I believe there were 2 cabinets in Chicago and 3 in the other place. Something like that.
Ah, okay.
Because overall, Netwave had 12 cabinets made overall, and I think 3 to 5 of those were regular MK3, and then the rest were UMK3.
Yeah. So not a huge amount of people got to try it, and it's really difficult to say how much did really get changed with Netwave, because we are so reliant on information from a very small amount of people, many of whom are capable of lying.
Yeah, although I think it was Ketchup and or Mustard who did a follow-up, because they talked about Netwave as lost media, because it was. And they did a bit more digging, and there's still forum posts you can find from around the time that Netwave was a thing. And whichever one made the video, I forget, on the fucking call-out post of do not play this guy on UMK3 because he throws.
Yes, I remember this. I saw a different Ketchup and Mustard about Netwave, which was related to Netwave being announced for this collection.
Yeah, that's the update. That's what I was talking about.
Okay. Where they bring up, conversely, another forum post that is a guy saying online gaming is going to change fighting games because now people can't beat you up for using throws, so now you can just use throws without fear of real-life reprisal.
Yeah, which is really funny when you consider the thing that we said the last time we did FGA.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, that's tough. Then Under Night 2 got its own Tekken 8 patch.
Really?
Yes. They overtuned a couple of characters, allegedly. I don't know, I'm not privy to the details, but they have announced, they put out a post on Steam going yo, until now we went with the idea of, buffing people and not nerfing. That's gonna change.
We may have made a mistake.
Yeah. And then that's about it, really. There was, or still is, I'm not sure, the patch that made the new character go live. That had made Ogre really, it made Ogre really overtuned with his mix-ups or something like that. And then, as far as I know, that got reverted in the next patch, assuming there was one.
Yeah. Well, I heard Ogre was a monster on release.
Yeah. I can see that. He's Hazama, but with not weird normals. So,
And Hazama's strong in Blaze Blue.
Yeah.
I just the other day looked up a little bit of the top 8 at the most recent EVO in Blaze Blue. I was just curious to see what it looked like. And I was rather surprised to see there's a lot of Hosma going on there and a lot of Carl Clover, which is less surprising.
Yeah, I mean, Carl Clover, I think got banned after EVO.
I know there was talk about it, but look, unless the character is like Lord Ooze from Power Rangers, shut the fuck up about banning.
Yeah. We need to ban everyone who has more tools than my character.
Exactly. That's the people just don't get it. That's the problem. And also, we need to ban every character that has a bigger penis than me.
Yeah. We need to ban every player.
Biggest peener.
We need to ban every player with a biggest peener than me. We need to measure at sign up.
Which would turn away several players who just refuse to have their penis measured.
Yeah.
And what do we do about women players?
They're disqualified by default. There's a rule. There's just a big sign with the rules of the measurement, and then one of the rules is just women don't exist.
Yeah,
they are not real.
Oh shit. Oh man, I mean, competitive women in competitive spheres are rare in gaming, so being hostile to them really ought to improve the numbers. You know, that ought to make them come back in numbers. Man, the other day I saw like an Age of Empires 2 video that was some competitive game, and I didn't really care that much, except I wanted to see something wacky, it was a 3v3 team game, and one of the team members of one team said, okay, you guys build towards the Imperial Age. I'm going to build only up to the Feudal Age, and then I'm just going to send all of my villagers and like a couple poopy military units over to the enemy team's base. I'm just going to start harassing them and preventing them from building anything. And I'm also going to delete my own town center, which apparently allows me to then rebuild it in their base.
Nice.
And that team won because the other team couldn't get off the ground because, that one whole member of that team just decided, I'm not going to build an economy. I'm just going to ruin the other team's day. And he started with some poor woman.
Oh.
And she just had a horrible time.
I can figure, yeah.
Good economies for those remaining two players on that team, though.
Yeah.
All right, anyways, away from Age of Empires. Excuse me.
Omni-Man.
So, who are the monsters in this Uni 2 patch?
Oh, I don't know. The article that I have up is it's talking about them releasing the statement that they're gonna be fixing the patch, but they don't really talk about who were the problems. It's just, let me quote it. Until now, our updates have generally set the overall balance standard a bit higher, keeping nerfs to a minimum while focusing on buffs across the board. With Izumi's release now complete, future updates are planned to slightly lower that standard and include balance adjustments with not only buffs but also nerfs, so that players can enjoy the game's unique style of mind games and back and forth interactions even more.
All right. Well, hopefully it goes well for them. I like the Uni boys, even if I don't play their games too much.
Yeah. I mean, Uni is really funny. Because Uni, like, for us at least, Uni really is just a better Melty. Which is really funny because I found out that the reason Uni exists is because Frenchmen were working on making Melty, like making an HD Melty, and then the people who actually own the IP said, nah, let's just wait a bit on that.
Oh. Well, HD Melty did come eventually.
Yeah.
All right. What were you about to move on to before I took us backwards?
Omni-Man. There was a character spotlight. I thought we already saw him, but I guess not.
I think we already had, but probably there just hadn't been the character spotlight breaking down his moveset.
Yeah. I did
We
not
hadn't
watch
watched
this.
Omni-Man break it down yet.
Yeah, no. If you input the Shango Satsu backwards, then the Omni-Man does the pose, and it's a counter super.
Oh shit! Did you ever see that? At some point, talking with I think Ted and Soon, it was brought up the brain rot that the Invincible fan base experiences and projects outward. Did you see the GIF that Soon posted as a demonstration of that?
No.
So it was a GIF of Conquest, who is another big Viltrumite dude, doing the what you and I know as the Omni-Man pose, and Invincible himself is trapped between the ass cheeks, screaming for help.
I see. See, I don't know that as the Omni-Man pose. It's just the easiest way for me to refer to it, because I know the origin of that pose.
Okay, what's up?
If memory serves, it's the cover of Anaconda by Nicki Minaj. She's doing the pose.
Oh, that makes more sense.
And then
I can...
Yeah?
It is not difficult for me to imagine her doing that.
Yeah. Like, it's either her or Kim K. I forget which one of them did the pose, but it's Nicki or Kim K.
If Pink were here, he would ask for clarification, but I'm satisfied just, hearing this.
Yeah. Alright, then next. Sony sold EVO.
Oh, yes, this. Do we know who to?
Yes. Now let's see if this particular article actually fucking names them. Because half of the things are, I want to say 25% of the stuff that I read about it is Sony sold EVO. 25% it actually elaborates like they sold it to themselves, which is wrong, and then the other 50% actually named the people they sold it to.
Okay, so it's not Saudi.
Yes.
Okay, that's the big one, because
no, it is.
Oh, they did sell it to Saudi. Okay, my
not
memory
completely.
was... I don't think they sold it to Saudi.
Not completely. Nodwin Gaming, is this the people that I'm looking for?
I question if there's going to be a Saudi entertainment/sports bust at some point with a Saudi entertainment/sports boom where they're buying up everything,
Yeah. Okay, so... Yes. So Sony sold their shares of EVO to Nodwin Gaming, which is partially owned by Sony and partially owned by Saudi. So... something like that.
I see. Huh. Oh, excuse me.
So, like, it also Sony still has like a 5-year agreement to like supply EVO with shit and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Well, on the upside, like so I'm going to say something that may be controversial. I don't panic that hard when Saudi buys things. Like, don't get me wrong. Of course, I know that they're up to dirty business as a country, but I mean, so does America. With that said, it will definitely be a thing that we will have to wait and observe how much is going to go on here that will be troublesome.
Yeah.
Because the jury's still out. Because, I mean, The current, it's so often easy to just treat everything Saudi as a monolith. I don't know why it's suddenly okay to be kind of like, I don't know, racist or xenophobic whenever it's a Saudi business that owns it and suddenly just act like all of it is one monolith. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia is just, doing all this. He fucked up Fatal Fury himself personally. But on one hand, with SNK being owned by Saudi, hey, KO 15 was good. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, well, it was almost good.
I mean, the gameplay is good for City of the Wolves. It's the everything else surrounding it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's... It's, We've spoken about it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. Yeah, that's... The jury is out and will be out for some time. Now, I feel you probably have something to say on this matter.
Not really.
Oh.
Like... I don't know what you want me to say. Like, sure, I'm more left-leaning than you, I guess, but like...
Oh, I just assume... No, I kind of figured you'd just be more opinionated on it because, like, I don't know, you'd probably have thought about it more. I just kind of breezed over it when I saw the news to the point that I forgot that it was Saudi.
Nah, because I mean, like, for me, it could go two ways. Either it's like when they buy football teams, and then fucking nothing changes for me, the consumer. Alternatively, it could go the way of SNK, in which case Cristiano Ronaldo becomes the host of EVO. And things do change for me as the consumer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically my thoughts on it. Like, I can't really comment on it yet because it really, like, my opinion really depends on how hard they actually get involved with that shit. And I mean, like, at least with Nodwin, like, Nodwin isn't just straight up owned by the Saudi government. It is... I don't know how the shares are. I didn't look it up. I don't care that much. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
But like, it is partially owned by Sony. It is partially owned by the Saudi government. It is still an Indian company. So who the fuck knows?
Yeah. Certainly not me.
Alright then, let's see anything else. The Mortal Kombat movie. The second one, which is actually the sixth one. That got delayed to next year. Bless you.
Thank you. The Mortal Kombat guys just can't help themselves with having inappropriately just out of place numbers.
Yeah. And then I think that's the news that I have, aside from, the rumors.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah. This is probably nothing, if you ask me. But two people in the space of a week said that they had either been up to a convention where they talked to George Newbern, who is classically the DC animated universe voice actor for Superman. And another person went up to Phil Lamar, who was classically at a convention, who was classically the DC animated universe voice actor for Green Lantern. And both of them mentioned Injustice. And both the voice actors said, they're working on another of those, right? Now, I think this is bullshit. Because it is just simply, this is the most unreliable source of all time forever. If it was just George Newbern or Phil Lamar on footage pulling a Dan Southworth, can't wait for Devil May Cry 5, then that'd be one thing. But if it's a fan at a convention, yeah, right?
Yeah.
With that said, it does inevitably beg the discussion topic of, okay, if there is an Injustice 3 coming on down the line, what do? You know?
Yeah.
Because there is, I am seeing in several corners of the internet, people go, okay, Injustice is kind of ass, but in a sense, it's not ass.
Okay,
And
so
just
listen
watching
to
people
this.
get torn up.
Listen to this. Injustice 3, you boot up story mode. It's the scene where Superman kills Shazam. And then in Shazam's head, instead of a hole forming, it's the Kamidogu. And there's Raiden, and he's talking to Superman, telling him how he must not win.
Maximilian Dude's take from this actually was that he wants it to be Mortal Kombat versus DC. And I ordinarily think Max is a pretty reasonable person, but that was the rare instance where I was looking at him and going, Max, no.
I will only accept Mortal Kombat versus DC 2 if Wonder Woman gets back to Pussycopter. Because otherwise, what's the point?
You got a point there. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. But you got a point. All right. So, if there came an Injustice 3, there would be a lot of questions tied to it. For instance, Injustice is very distinctly tied to the mentality of Superman, lame virgin, Batman's the coolest. Which was a bit more acceptable as a take at that time period. But a certain movie has come out in the meantime that very distinctly presents no Superman good. So that's immediately a question like, okay, is James Gunn going to have the oversight here to say you can't do what you were doing earlier, guys? Does James Gunn even get a say? Oh, go ahead.
I just said I don't know. That's it.
Yeah. But whatever. It, like, in all likelihood, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Just being real. But if it do happen, what would you actually want from Injustice?
I don't know, because I'm not a big fan of any of the Injustice games.
Okay. Well,
But,
the funny thing is, I'm a
Yeah.
big DC fan. I like the Injustice games. Injustice 3 should not be anything like Injustice 1 or Injustice 2.
Yeah. Like, I like plenty of DC characters, I just don't like either of those games.
No.
Because, like, characters-wise, like, bring back Martian Manhunter, bring back Zatanna, give me Booster Gold, like, you know?
But if you're going to bring back Zatanna and Martian Manhunter, make them a little more balanced, please.
Yeah. Make them more fun to play, maybe. Like, I genuinely did not play Martian Manhunter because even though he's fucking broken, he just felt like shit.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff that's really crazy strong. And he also feels really awkward in a traditional NRS way. Which, that's another thing. Injustice 1 and Injustice 2, like, people talk about the NRS jank. And people talk about NRS isn't a real fighting game. And people talk about yada, 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 whatever. We've been over this. Injustice is the most NRS jank. Yeah. Both Injustice 1 and Injustice 2. The characters are animated very stiffly. They look awkward as hell. The graphics frequently are not great. Well, Injustice 2, like, the graphics are high fidelity, but it still looks weird in a certain way that's hard to put to words.
Oh, the camera's too zoomed out.
Oh, God, especially that. Well, that ties into the big problem with Injustice, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So, there's all that going on. Injustice 2 also did something that that NRS doesn't do. It didn't clean the slate.
Yeah.
Which is something that pisses me off on the Mortal Kombat side. Because like I've said, I want Mortal Kombat 13 to just be Mortal Kombat 1, but with more characters. And I know that won't happen because NRS cleans the slate every Mortal Kombat game. They get rid of everything from the previous game. But Injustice 2 did not clean the slate. Every returning character from Injustice 1 had all of their moves. And a little bit more. Which was a problem. Because Injustice 1 was a very poorly animated game. And many of the character movesets in Injustice 1 were lame as fuck.
Yep. Like, I just think
they can't keep...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like, I just think the BlazBlue ABCD layout with the the universal buff button was just a bad choice in general.
And the thing is, BlazBlue has Drive, and Drive still usually has actual moves on it. They just happen to have extra properties.
Yeah.
Like, Ragna doesn't... The Drive button isn't a button that Ragna presses. And, now he's got a lifesteal buff on all of his moves. No, the Drive button is the button you press to do the lifesteal moves. Tager doesn't press Drive to get magnetism on all of his buttons. It is the magnetism button.
Yeah.
So, yes, that's one immediate thing, because otherwise Injustice feels like a 3-button fighter. And on top of that, the power system was monstrously good on some characters, and on other characters you just forgot existed.
Yeah. And also just the forward or back heavy attack hold mechanic was also shit. Like, it just...
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, go ahead.
Like, to me, Injustice as a series... Well, I guess Injustice 2 less so, because Injustice 2 was built on top of Injustice 1, so it's really just the fault with Injustice 1, really, I suppose. But, like, Injustice, to me, the main problem is that it feels like the game is centered and designed around game design ideas that just feel bad to the player.
Well, so much of Injustice is, like, buttons that you can tell, systems that you can tell. We're like, this will be a little easier for people to just pick up and play with their friends without knowing fighting games. But it often leads to some janky shit. On top of that, it feels really weird for it to be that way. Because Injustice, otherwise the game design philosophy is zoning.
Yeah.
Casual players are going to get pissed off if they get beat up in a way they can't do anything about, regardless. Casual players will get pissed if they get rushed down too hard or grabbed too hard or yada yada yada. That's just the way it is. And you can't make instant pros out of them. That's just the way it is. But nonetheless, if I would say there's any playstyle that is most likely to make casuals go, what the fuck am I playing this for? It's zoning. And that's the big issue with Injustice, I think, for most people, is it's zoner paradise.
Yeah.
Even though it's a cast of superheroes, movement tools are very, very limited in that game. In any of the games, it's a list of like maybe 5 or 6 characters are capable of air dashing, and they're not great air dashes. Injustice 2 added where you could spend meter for a full screen KOF roll, but you have to spend half your meter, so no one did it. It generally boiled down to, okay, any Rushdown character who doesn't have a full screen teleport that's a combo starter, fuck them.
Yeah.
Shazam, garbage. Never play him.
Why do you
Injustice
want? Why do you want?
Go ahead.
Why do you want movement options when you have Batman's grappling hook, which has 30 frames of startup, 2 frames of animation, and then 30 frames of cooldown or whatever recovery? There's a term.
Yep. Well, Batman's grappling hook wasn't a movement tool. Remember, it was his scorpion hook.
Well, I know it just felt like shit, regardless.
Well, yes.
Honestly, if you could have cancelled it into a glide, then it might have felt better.
Yeah. Well, anyways, excuse me. Injustice 1, it stands out also. Injustice had a pattern. Base roster, really strong zoning characters. All right, who's the first up for DLC? A character with a meter burn teleport that starts a combo. Because Batgirl and Black Manta were both that. And then Injustice 1 introduced Martian Manhunter, who has both.
Nice.
He's a monstrous zoner and teleport. And I forgot to mention, Batgirl at least has to spend meter for her teleport to be a combo starter. Martian Manhunter gets that meterless.
He needs it. He needs it to be Martian.
Injustice 2 never had a Martian Manhunter madness, so at the very least there's that. But geez, anyways. Injustice 3, if it existed, I would say has to have a balanced philosophy of these characters need to feel more super. And it feels really not super to get zoned out at the back corner with just fireball, fireball, fireball. If you're going to have Mr. Strong Zoner, do what you did with Captain Cold and Dr. Fate. Because that was one thing that was really good about Injustice 2, was that Deadshot got nerfed to fucking hell after a year and became absolute garbage. Because they never buffed anything else he did. And that was Deadshot never had anything he could do besides zoning. Deathstroke was a monstrous zoner in Injustice 1. They never nerfed his guns, but even if they did nerf his guns, Deathstroke had a lot of things he could do besides gun. He also had some solid rushdown possibilities. Deadshot in Injustice 2 had gun and nothing else. It's the only thing he could do. And they took away gun, so Deadshot was just left as a nothing character.
He was just dead after that.
Yeah, just... I'd like to see the voice actor for the announcer get changed on that. So instead of Deadshot, it's Dead.
Yeah.
But anyways, they left the top zoners of Injustice 2 being Dr. Fate and Captain Cold, both of whom had actual stuff they had to set up as zoner that made them interesting to watch at the very least, even if a really good Captain Cold or Dr. Fate could still be really fucking oppressive. So, there's the JP lesson, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to have an oppressive zoner in your Street Fighter, have them be interesting. Because even like Sagat's back in Street Fighter 6. All right, does he play like old Sagat? Fuck no. Tiger Shot's here. It's fine. But it is not the Tiger Shot monstrosity that it was in 2 or Alpha or 4. And instead, Sagat's zoning in Street Fighter 6 is actually based a lot around leg.
Yeah. One thing that I'm disappointed by is that they I don't know what to call it. They whitewashed one of his moves.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because there's no... Well, I don't think whitewashing is the proper term I'm looking for. But... Diker Genocide is not called that anymore. Even though it's in the game.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, that makes sense, because I, for years, have heard say Tiger Genocide. And I thought, okay, I get it, cool title. But who, at some point, someone's going to say this is politically incorrect and it's going to go. Because holy shit. Oh, man.
I forget what the new name is, but, since it's a follow-up to his 10 Switch Super, they figured, whatever. We can just call it not Tiger Genocide, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Alright, yeah, that's... Ooh. So, I think if we were to put together a list of, okay, Injustice 3, how we make it good. First answer, clean slate like Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Second answer, tone down the zoning. Third answer, booster gold.
First answer, fucking boot up Mugen. Build it on top of that. Just take the engine, take the Injustice engine that you have, thrash it, move it into the bin.
I'm legit in my head thinking man, if there's an Injustice 3, everyone should be able to air dash. Then I had to stop and go, wait, Tokon.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. If Injustice 3 came around,
Injustice 3, it should be 4v4, but have one health bar.
Yeah. And the assists should change depending on what slot of the team they're on.
Yes, and the stage transition should unlock characters and then the assists.
Injustice 1 and 2 already had stage transitions.
I know! It fits!
It does! Oh, shit. Alright, yeah, that's...
Shimogura could also be in the background of one of the stages for no real reason. He's just here.
I mean, he's a Lovecraft Conan character, so he's partly in the public domain, I think.
It depends.
I forget what that whole copyright shenanigan was.
Well, with Shimogura, it should be content from his first appearance. I don't know if that will make him public domain or not. Because, like, you know, Mickey Mouse is in the public domain, but only without gloves and color.
Yep, Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
All right. I do want to note, considering Booster Gold skipped out on both Injustice 1 and Injustice 2, I mean, I'm sure to a certain degree NRS wants to get in all the edgelords. I mean, just as I said earlier, part of the question would be Injustice is very much tied to the edgy DC era of we are either about to hire Zack Snyder or have just hired... No, actually, Injustice 1 came out after Man of Steel. So Injustice 1 and Injustice 2 very much came out in the Snyderverse era. And everyone needed to be edgy, and everything was grim, and Superman's killing people, and he's a dictator, and Batman's the real hero, and yada, yada, yada. And Booster Gold doesn't fit that era of DC. Booster Gold would stick out like a sore thumb in that era of DC. Because Booster Gold's actually fun.
Yeah.
And Martian Manhunter similarly also gets gimped in like Edgeverse. Because Martian Manhunter is just a nice guy.
Yeah.
Who's really sad about his people on Mars dying, so he wants Earth to do better.
I don't know why.
So if there was...
I don't know why. Martian, we're gonna say Martian Manhunter is just a normal guy who's really sad about his penis.
He's like, a shapeshifter. He can be whatever he wants it to be.
Fuck. He gets ready to guess.
That's the one part of him that can't change. That's why he tries to turn into Gatsby, you just see a floating penis, and it's like, oh, well. Fuck. Oh, boy.
Anyway.
The really fun thing would be if Injustice 3 came around and they were like, oh, we gotta get some tie-ins to James Gunn's Superman. All right, we gotta have Guy Gardner in. His round intro is you see a big green lantern construct hand enter the stage, flipping you off before Guy himself arrives. Oh, right. Shit, we could get Lex Luthor back. He wasn't there for Injustice 2. That was so stupid. We get a fucking DC fighting game, and Lex Luthor.
We get X Force Darkseid back.
Oh boy, it's insanity, isn't it? All right. Anyways, yeah. Injustice. There you go. And
okay.
Any other fighting game tidbits that don't have a whole lot to do with news, I do want to note I have expanded the Ikemen roster considerably.
Okay.
I've got, like everyone from KOF pre-13, and a shit ton of KOF ports of various Fatal Fury and Art of Fighting characters.
Nice.
And also, a solid chunk of Marvel characters, though I am certainly far from building that up. I haven't even really started on DC, other than a few oddballs I picked up. Darkstalkers is still an odd one to pick up, though. I'm sure that it's different if you have access to Mugen Archive, which I don't. I got banned for sending too many "please tell me what my password is" tickets and them not responding. So eventually they got sick of me asking them to do their job, so they IP banned me. Fun.
Yeah, I mean, how dare you?
So, at the very least, for Darkstalkers characters, I know I'm going to have to ask you for the hookup on Bishamon, because the only Bishamon on Mugen Free for All that is actually built to be Darkstalkers Bishamon and not Marvel vs. Capcom Bishamon for some reason is like janky and fucked up. So, I'm going to need the hookup on him.
All right.
Otherwise,
well, I might have also forgotten my password and asked for a thing, and they also didn't send me shit. So hey.
Oh no. Okay. I guess then make a new
yeah.
Make a new account instead of asking for a password, because they will just fuck you.
Yes.
All right. Was there anything else that we wanted to bring up?
Well, let's see. I did find a post where someone talks about, like, well, to everyone's surprise, Virtua Fighter has a story.
What?
It is just not told in the games.
I know that with Jeffrey, at the very least, we know about the shark. And that's like the one bit of...
There's character episodes that they did in the Virtua Fighter manga, which released only in Japan.
Oh,
and there's
I
some
see.
Stuff, there's some stuff that they reference in the games from the manga and stuff like that. But if you don't know the manga, which how the fuck would we know? Then they might as well not exist. You know, those references.
I see.
So turns out Jackie Bryant is the protagonist of Virtua Fighter.
Oh really?
Yes. The poster says that Jackie and bless you, Jackie and Akira are like Ryu and Ken, but Jackie is the actual protagonist of the series.
Oh, so like Lost Street Fighter Street Guile.
Yeah. And then let's see, Sarah, like Dural is Jackie and Sarah's mom, I think.
What?
And Sarah has been kidnapped and brainwashed and is evil. And they're trying to turn her into the next Dural. She's also been cloned.
I feel like I remember that the Sarah being brainwashed thing actually was supposed to be a plot thread in the games as well. But I thought Dural was a robot.
Oh wait, no, I'm mixing it up. Dural is Kagemaru's mother.
What?
Yeah.
Who's doing this?
An evil corporation. Let me see if I can find their name. J6.
Okay, so all the 3D fighters have the same plot thread of... Well, excuse me, all the 3D fighters that are in the modern day and not Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
All the 3D fighters follow the same plot of evil corporation, Kung Fu Men fight evil corporation.
Yeah.
Because Tekken, it's like the Mishima Zaibatsu.
Look past it, dude. Bloody Roar. Evil corporation. Kung Fu Furries. Kung Fu Furries fight evil corporation.
Yeah. Dead or Alive, it's DOA tech.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And
let me guess, Virtua Fighter's real main villain is a dude who is non-playable, has never been a actual fighter in the games, because he's just a dude in a suit.
I don't think the actual main villain has been introduced yet.
I doubt they would do this, because, like, who wants to really experiment with this? It would be legitimately interesting if rather than one singular, like, CEO or owner or CFO that's presented as
it's the shareholders.
That's exactly it. Like, anytime that it's actually showing the villain, rather than one singular bad guy, they cut to a board meeting where they're like, so I was thinking we should start turning people into Kung Fu robots. And the rest of the board goes, yeah. It probably would actually eventually progress to, by the way, the CEO is also a kung fu master and or a robot. But nonetheless, we have Heihachi at home.
Yeah. And then...
Or nowadays, we have Kazuya at home.
And then, let's see, like, there's also smaller shit, like, apparently... Go is an assassin sent to kill Akira Yuki. And
Makes sense.
Pai-chan and Lao-chan are related for one, but also in like a feud because Pai wants to take over the secret technique that Lao uses, and Lao doesn't want to give it to her.
I believe that's also in the games. Yeah, I believe Lao is Pai's father.
No, I think Lao is Pai's grandpa.
Oh, okay.
And that's all of the story.
Shit, he doesn't look it. Lao's fucking looking good to be as old as he apparently is. Unless
he's also been dying for the past 4 games.
He's not even going gray. He looks like he's in his late 40s, early 50s at the earliest. How early did he have a kid? Because Pai doesn't look like a kid. She looks like a grown woman. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah. I'm looking through stuff, but that's genuinely it. This is all of the story threads. It's Jackie is trying to save Sarah from being... Yeah?
Then why is Jeffrey there?
Shark.
Why is Wolf Hawkfield there?
Wrestle.
Why is Vanessa there?
Brazil.
Why is Akira Yuki there?
I forgot the name of the move. Shit. Yeah.
That one we can't even offer an answer for, and he's the main character who's on the cover of all the games.
But that's the thing, though. He's not the main character. He's Ken.
Well, fuck you. Ryu's not the main character of Street Fighter either, but he's the dude who's on the cover of all the games and gets to beat the villain in the end. The only villain for whom the main struggle with one of the... only with Akuma is Ryu, like, definitively the protagonist who has his arc and struggle he's going through. Otherwise, if it's Bison, like, no, that's Guile's problem. If it's Gil, no, that's Alex or Chun-Li's problem. If it's Seth, it's, I guess, Jury? G, I don't even know who the fuck was supposed to be the protagonist opposite G.
Rashido.
I guess Rashid, yeah. Street Fighter 6, it's... They say Luke's the protagonist of Street Fighter 6, but no, it's the creative character.
Luke is the protagonist of being gay. But
I'd like to see that as the season 4 trailer. Yeah. It's just Luke and Jamie macking super hard and like taking their clothes off.
Yeah.
And then they say Street Fighter 6 season 4. And then they just show the characters anyways, with there being no teasing of them ahead of time.
Yeah.
None of that, like, shot-by-shot reveal we got with the last 2 seasons. No, it's just Jamie and Luke, gay sex, and then suddenly here's a picture that's got, like, you know, Birdie and Dudley, Sodom, and also, I don't know, Jury, too.
I'm imagining, like it's a... Like it's just full on gay porn. They're inside. There's a window, and then we do a like slow move over to the window, and then the season 4 characters are watching.
They're all watching like perfect. Season 4, new characters, 3 straight women, and eagle.
Yeah. We're putting Zangief in the game again. Don't that's quiet.
Oh! Is he one of the 3 straight women?
Yes. It's Zangief in a skirt.
Oh no.
He has a mask with a wig on. His name is Mrs. Z.
Yep, that's. I was about to say the same joke. Oh.
But yeah, what was I gonna say? Virtual Fighter. So yeah, the main plot threads are Jackie's trying to save Sarah from being turned into Dural. Kagemaru is trying to save the old Dural. Something like that. And Lao-chan, he exists in the world. And
Okay.
people are thinking that the new Sarah might be a clone. And that's why she doesn't remember, being Sarah and doesn't have the name Sarah. Because the Sarah that we know might have been turned into Dural already.
Oh, that'd be depressing. Oh, shit. Come back after all these years. Hey, Sarah's dead.
Yeah, Jackie failed.
Will that not make the last appearance of Sarah be Dead or Alive 5?
Yeah.
Well, that's a sad note for her to leave off on. I mean, Dead or Alive 5 is a good game, but it's sad for your last living appearance to be in a crossover. Oh, shit. All right. Hey, you want to play Ikemen?
Sure.
Fighting games were something other than Ikemen, but now they're not. Well,
fighting games were.